What's going on, y'all? Let's have a little conversation, little talkity talk. Yap it up a bit. Haven't done one of these in a while. I say that at the start of every single one of these videos. That's like a conversation that I haven't done one in a while. But I really haven't. I really have not done one of these in a while. It feels like. But yeah, the year is winding down. 2025 is slowly coming to a close. We got, Thanksgiving around the corner, Christmas up next, and hey man, that's pretty much it. So we're almost at the end of the year. Clap it up for yourself. Give yourself a pat on the back, man. You almost done. You almost made it. But with that being said, at the close of the year, in my opinion, if you have goals, aspirations, whatever you call it, resolution, so to speak, things that you just want to, do better next year, things that you want to strive for in the coming year, the time is actually now to start. Don't wait until January 1 to start getting a game plan, start building better habits. Like, no, start now so that by the time 2026 is here, you're already ahead of the game. You're already on the ball. The ball is already rolling, and you're already in motion. And you're getting done what you need to get done. So for this video, this is more so about gaming, not so much about life. There might be a little life gem in here somewhere. Take from it whatever you can take from it. Yeah, certain gaming habits that I think we need to abandon in 2026, or just ways to improve our gaming experiences in 2026. One habit that we definitely, and I know before I get into this, somebody's going to say, well, I don't do any of these things. I'm speaking in general terms, man. I'm not specifically talking about you. But if it applies to you, just take it. If it don't, whatever. But anywho, first habit that we need to break in 2026 in terms of gaming is FOMO. All right, we got to stop buying these games just because you see everybody else talking about it and you want to be a part of the conversation. All right. I know it's the new shiny toy and everybody else is playing with it. All right, but you don't have to play it right away. I'm not saying that you don't ever have to play it. I'm not saying that you're wrong for even wanting it. I'm just saying don't get it just because everybody else is playing it and you just want to be in the conversation, especially if it's a game that you don't even really know about, or really it's something brand new to you. Like you just, for Hollow Knight, with example, a lot of people, I'm not gonna make this whole Hollow Knight discussion because I've never played Hollow Knight, to be honest, but like a lot of people with Silksong just got into Silksong just because of the hype, and they never even played the first game. And then they started playing the second one and they got their teeth kicked in because they didn't really research what they were getting into. They didn't know that just because this game got some little 2D art that, hey, now you about to get curb stomped. Apparently, like I said, I haven't played it, but word on the street, and from what I've seen from people I know who played it, hey, now this game's kind of hard. It's not sweet out here. You're gonna get curb stomped, and it's gonna be difficult. But you that FOMO got you. You had to be a part of the conversation. You saw all the post on social media. You might have seen your favorite streamer or somebody playing it, and you just had to be a part of the conversation. Didn't even look into what you was getting into, and now you over here crying on the internet because you've been on the same boss for 5 days. Like that FOMO, man. That FOMO is a killer. It's a killer, man. We gotta break the FOMO. And FOMO, especially even for content creators. And I get it with content creators that, if you're creating content, sometimes I don't think it has to be this way, but I understand it a little more that sometimes you want to be the first person, or maybe not the legitimate or literal first person, but, one of the first people that has a review up of a game. If you're lucky enough, maybe you got a key code and they gave you an early review code, so you got to play it beforehand. Or even if not, you just want to be one of the earliest people to have something to say about it, and you just want to make content for it. But don't let FOMO have you out here buying games just to make content, but you don't even really enjoy the game. Like, you're just seeing that the impressions and the numbers that it gets from other people who talk about it, but it might not really be for you. It might not be a thing. Like, don't let FOMO get you caught up in buying things that you know, you don't really care about. You're just trying to make content out of this, but it's not really in your wheelhouse. FOMO has so many. I could probably do a whole video. FOMO has so many negative effects when it comes to gaming and gaming discourse. I think it leads to a lot of unintentional. It affects us in more negative ways than I think a lot of us realize. It also makes people rush through games, I feel like. And that's the part to me that I kind of can't wrap my head around. Especially for people who aren't content creators. Like I said, if you're a content creator, I get it. You're trying to get that content out. You're trying to get a review out. So I kind of understand it. And that's something I have to battle with as somebody who will get a key to a game. And as much as I do want to put out a review, I try at least the most I can to slow it down, really take my time with the game and not rush through it, because I want to get the full experience so that when I do finally talk about it, I know what I'm talking about. And I can talk about some of the little nuances and little nooks and crannies because I really took the time to experience what it was that I'm playing. But I understand from the content creation side, it can be kind of difficult. But if you're not a content creator, I don't know why are y'all rushing through games? I see it all the time. I go to like a Steam discussion forum, and it's a game that's like 40 hours, and somebody's completed it in 3 days, and they're like, "Yo, where's the rest of the content?" It's like, bro, the game was 40 hours. That's a lot of content. That's a full game. That's not our fault that you finished this in 3 days. Take your time, bro. What you rushing for? Like, I think people just see everybody else in the conversation and they want to be a part of the discourse. They want to, just be in the know or whatever it is. And I feel like people are just rushing through games and they're not really taking their time to enjoy what it is that they bought. Which to me, I struggle to wrap my head around that concept. Like I said, especially for people who are not content creators. You're just a casual gamer. Like, why are you rushing through this so much? Why did you finish this 40-hour game in 3 days and then complain that it doesn't have any more content? I know that was the game, bro. You beat it. That was it. Maybe they'll do a DLC later, but no, you shouldn't have rushed through this. Like, that's not their fault. The game didn't need more content because you just zoomed through the content. Like, take your time, bro. The game not going nowhere. Take your time. I know you see the homies, they finishing the game. I know you see everybody else talking about it. You see somebody on this boss fight, on that boss fight, and now you want to be on this. I get it. I've been there before. I'm not saying I don't do some of this stuff. I'm just acknowledging that it's bad and that we should probably not do it. It's leading to a lot of negative side effects that I don't think a lot of us are even paying attention to. Which kind of leads me into my next point of a bad gaming habit that we gotta let go, and that is we gotta lower the noise, y'all. Now, what do I mean when I say lower the noise? I'm not talking about the literal volume on the game, though sometimes you might want to cut that down. Actually, no, turn it up. A lot of these games have like directional sound. You need to see what's happening. You need to hear where stuff is coming from. Shout out to Chronos the Dawn. Directional sound be helping me a lot in that game. But the noise of social media is what I mean. Twitter. I was about to say Facebook. You better not be on Facebook. But Facebook, TikTok, whatever social media platform you use. Even YouTube. I'm throwing YouTube in there too. Gaming discourse online in general, I believe is it's pretty trash, to be honest. A lot of criticisms about people will criticize a game and then you listen to the criticism, but they don't really talk about the game. They just throw around buzzwords like woke and a bunch of other stuff, and it's like, I didn't even learn anything from this. You didn't you didn't tell me anything. Like, I didn't gain one valuable thing from this. You just whined for 20 minutes and I didn't actually get any insight from this. And that's a lot of gaming discourse online in general. A lot of people complaining about things that don't even really matter. They're not even talking about like mechanics of the game. Then you have people who I know will complain about a game that they've never even played. So What is your opinion really worth? You didn't even play this. Why am I listening to you complain about something that you didn't even try this? At least let me hear this from somebody who at least picked the controller up for a little bit. But I think even seeing these arguments, even if you're not actively participating in them, I don't think people realize how much, and this goes beyond gaming. I'm going to keep it to gaming, but it goes beyond gaming. How much just even seeing a lot of the nonsense we see like really impacts us mentally and how it can influence us to make certain decisions. I promise you, subconsciously, at least at one point, there was a game that you were considering buying and you went online and you saw people arguing, people making points about nothing, just needlessly complaining about a game. And subconsciously it pushed you to not buy it. And otherwise it would have been something that you would have been interested in. I promise you it's happened to you. You might not have noticed it, but I promise you it's happened to you at least one time. You let the noise got to you. And it's not, it happens. It's happened to me. The noise gets us sometimes. But we got to turn the noise down. We gotta get out of these pointless conversations. People just arguing about nothing, not even really talking about the game. Like, what are we actually talking about? We gotta get back to making our own informed decisions without sifting through the noise of people just screaming about nothing. And like I said, it goes as far as like, I just don't even look at it. Even you just seeing it in passing sometimes is enough for it to skew you. I promise you it is. So I would say, to reduce the noise, something I think you should try. And you won't be able to do this with every game, but just next year, 2026. No, like I said, no, run that back. It starts now. Not 2026. I gotta stick to what I said earlier. It starts now. The next game that you see, I don't care where you are, the next time you happen to see a trailer for a new game that you think looks interesting, this is what I want you to do. I want you to watch the trailer. Do not scroll down to the comments. Do not go to Twitter. Don't look at no retweets. Definitely don't. Twitter comments are a cesspool anyway. Don't look at the comments. If you're on YouTube, watch the trailer. Do not scroll down to the comment section. Don't even watch any reviews. At most, because I know, some people still at least want to research what it is they're getting into. Find an article. And don't go to the article comment sections either. I don't know what gaming publications people watch. I don't really care. But go to like a website. Don't go to social media where people are just going to be screaming and yelling. Go to an article. Just get a little gist of what the game is. Hopefully the article is at least halfway competent and that they can at least give you a genre, maybe a little mini synopsis of the story, basic information. Get the trailer, read your article, and ask yourself, does this sound like something I'd be interested in? And if the answer is a yes, I want you to get the game and I want you to just play it. Don't look at any reviews. Don't look at any conversations. Don't look at any arguments. If you got friends who are playing it and they all got the same game, you can talk to them. But do not go online at all. I want you to play the game. I want you to finish it. I want you to sit with it. Figure out your feelings. Figure out how you feel about it. Figure out what the experience was. Was it worth it? Was it not worth it? What did you like? What did you dislike? And after you've done all of that, then go look at reviews and see if your thoughts line up with things that you are seeing and hearing from other people. Because I'm telling you, a lot of the times we see these arguments and things before we buy a game, and either it will skew us completely in the wrong direction, because a lot of what we get is misinformation. It'll skew us in the wrong direction because people out here just with agendas and just trying to get clicks. Or we'll still get the game, but we go in skewed, almost looking for the issues. Because so-and-so said the game does this and It doesn't do that. So we go in looking, trying to nitpick, trying to find issues. We don't go in with a clear head. I want you to just pick one game and just go in clear, go in blind, play it. Don't look up nothing. Don't look up no reviews. Like I said, trailer, article of like a breakdown of just what the game is, a little bit about the story. Finish it. Don't watch reviews until you're done. I promise you, you'll have a much better experience with whatever game it is playing it that way. You got to turn the noise down. You got to turn the noise down. And the last point that I'll make that somewhat ties to the first two. I think we have to accept some of these games aren't for us anymore. Or some games just aren't for you. I feel like I'm seeing this more of people, and this probably sounds hypocritical, because I think you should try new things. You should try new games, new genres every now and again. Try to expand your palette, I think, as much as possible. There's so many games, and I feel like you're kind of depriving yourself if you don't, at least every now and again, step out your warehouse and try something that you normally wouldn't. But also understand and accept that not everything is for you, and that's okay. I feel like a lot of people want games to like bend to their will and bend to their specific temperament and what they want from a game, but that might not be what the game was going for. I think we have this bad habit of thinking everything is supposed to be for us. No, sometimes you're gonna play something and you're not gonna like it, and it don't mean that you're wrong, but it also doesn't mean that the game was bad. It just wasn't for you. It just wasn't for you. And a harder pill to swallow is that there are games or genres that might have been your thing once upon a time, but due to life changes, due to responsibilities, maybe it's not anymore. Maybe you used to really enjoy difficult games, but now that you're older, you don't have as much time to dedicate towards those kind of games. Maybe that's just not your thing no more, dog. It sucks, but maybe it's just not. Or you have to alter how you approach those kinds of games now. Going back to the FOMO point. Maybe if you're not ready to give that genre up, you want to keep playing it, cool. Understand that maybe you're not going to get through it at the same pace that everybody else does. And you're going to have to be okay with that, because I don't think these games are going to change. Souls-like is still going to be a Souls-like. It's still going to be hard. Some Metroidvanias, not all of them, some Metroidvanias are a little hard. Or, still require a lot of backtracking, require some time for you to, really put in to figure stuff out. You're just going to have to accept that, I'm going to see all my homies. They might be getting further than me. Everybody online is getting further than me. You're going to have to accept that I got to play this at my own pace. Your relationship with that game, with that genre might change. Listen, I used to play first-person shooters once upon a time. I'm washed now. I don't play them no more. Also, naturally, just at one point, just kind of didn't really find them fun anymore. I'll play a storyline a story-based first-person shooter. Those are kind of a rarity nowadays, but if I find one, I'll play one, even if it's an old one. But I don't. It's not my thing. They're not for me no more. JRPGs as a genre, or turn-based RPGs. I always love how they look. Most of the soundtracks to them are amazing. But I know that I don't enjoy turn-based games as much as a lot of other people. I'll play one every now and again, but I understand that these aren't really made for me. And it's not the game's fault. The genre is doing what the genre is supposed to do. It's just not to my temperament or my liking all the time. But I can't ask the genre to bend to me. Like that's not how this works. I'm in they party. This they lane. I can't ask them to bend to what I want them to do. That's not what these were made for. So I have to approach those kinds of games different. Like, I have to understand that, for one, most of these aren't really for me, as much as I may like how they look. These aren't really for me. But two, if I do decide to play them, I know, for one, it's going to take me a long time to beat turn-based games, because I'm not that really good at them. And it might do some things that I don't enjoy. I do not like grinding to level up, and some turn-based RPGs, some JRPGs, that's the thing. Sometimes you gotta grind. I don't enjoy that, but I accept that might be a thing that I'm gonna have to deal with, and it is what it is. So I'm jumping in a lane. It's not my lane. So when I jump into their party, I gotta play by the party rules. It's not my house. These are their house rules, and I gotta adjust to their house rules. They're not going to adjust to mine because I'm the minority. But yeah, understand in 2026, get out of the habit of thinking everything's for you. Everything's not for you, and it's not really your fault. It's not necessarily the game's fault. It just is what it is. Some stuff is not for you. Go play something else. You'll be fine. The world will not end. The world will keep spinning. You'll eventually find something else to play. And if you don't worry about the FOMO and you don't worry about the noise, it won't bother you that you didn't play that new game that everybody else is talking about, because you're going to make informed decisions and you're going to go find something else to play that you actually do enjoy. That's all I got for today's video. My name is Serial Sensei. Y'all stay safe. Y'all stay hydrated. And I will catch y'all on the next one.